Cardinals fans, it's been a minute, and I'd just like to take a moment to thank the Cardinals for giving me such a stellar game to come back with. A lot happened last night, including Tommy Pham revealing that he's apparently been stabbed before. I have so many questions. But besides the absurd nature of an accidental head laceration caused by a self-made hitting contraption, the baseball was actually pretty good too. First things first, Michael Wacha is evidently not quite ready to be written off just yet. The Cardinals' rotation seems to be a constant question mark, but last night, Wacha looked as sharp as he has all season, striking out 8 Mets in 6 innings and giving up just 1 run. I'll take that, Michael Wacha, every time. But it was the bats that stole the spotlight last night. Well, and Kolten Wong's glove, but we'll get to that in a moment. I'm gonna let the coffee pot finish back there because this is pretty much empty. It's just a prop for now. Better. Where were we? In the 3rd inning. It was none other than Kolten Wong who broke up the early no-hitter bid for Steven Matz with the softest of infield hits that slowed up just enough to allow Kolten Wong in his blazing speed to end up standing safely at first base. Then Michael Wacha reached on an error and Wong's speed once again came into play as he raced around to 3rd. An important decision because a Dexter Fowler fly ball in the next at-bat allowed Kolten Wong to score the tying run. Wong has 5 hits in the last 3 games, 3 of which went for extra bases, including the home run on Sunday when your girl was in the house. Not that I'm taking credit for it or anything. Now, Wong has a long way to go to prove himself to the fans who wrote him off years ago, but not gonna lie, as the president of his fan club, I'm pretty proud. And I'm also as convinced as ever that Kolten Wong has that little extra spark that sometimes this team or any team needs to get the ball rolling. Whether it's a dazzling play defensively, which he has done a handful of times in the last couple of games, or if it's simply finding a way to get on base and then making things happen from there, he can create runs in a way that's different than the way that Paul DeYoung creates runs, or that Matt Carpenter, when he's actually hitting, creates runs. What Wong does, his skill set, allows him to bring a different kind of energy to this team than anyone else on the roster can. And I don't care what anyone else has to say, I think that's pretty special. Step down off the soapbox, Tara. Alright, also of note in that 3rd inning, Marcell Ozuna, who's been on a bit of a struggle bus himself, is also apparently a bat thief. He came to the plate wielding Jose Martinez's bat, and evidently that was a good choice, as he laced a base hit through the left side of the infield and scored 2 more runs. Considering the Cardinals' propensity for stranding runners in scoring position, that hit was as big for Ozuna as it was for the Cardinals. Paul DeYoung continued his torrid pace against the New York Mets, collecting 2 more hits last night. In the 4th, he doubled, his 2nd in as many games, and once again it was Kolten Wong's speed helping him beat out the play at first and moving DeYoung safely to 3rd. And then what happened? Something we haven't seen the Cardinals do in, it feels like, ages. A successfully executed squeeze play scored DeYoung from 3rd on the perfect bunt by Michael Wacha, giving the Cardinals a 4-1 lead. Listen, I notably hate bunting, but I can't lie, that was a beautiful play. The execution was there, the aggressiveness was there, and I liked it. That was a big run, and a play like that, executed to perfection, can be just as much of a jumpstart, just as much of a momentum builder as a big home run at any other point in the game. Don't tell that to Jed Jerko, though, who later, in the 5th inning, mashed his 100th career home run, this one of the 2-run variety, which is a new thing for him compared to last year, to put the game seemingly out of reach at 9-1. And thanks to a 9-out save from John My Beard is Growing Back So Everyone Can Calm Down Brebbia, that is how it would stay. Wednesday night's game was nearly as encouraging as Tuesday's game was discouraging. Not only did Kolten Wong and Marcell Ozuna both have big nights at the plate, not only did Michael Wacha look as strong as we could have hoped for Michael Wacha to look, and not only did Harrison Bader step in and not even miss a beat when Tommy Pham sort of took himself out of the game, but they came in after a frustrating loss and won. Last year, they seemed to compound frustrating losses. So picking right back up with a win is a bit of a different MO than the last few years. As a team, they're playing, like Kolten, inspired.